Hi, it's me again, Tricia Liano, and welcome back to our complete Autocad training course for 2D and 3D. And today's lesson, lesson 18, we will learn how to draw walls, and this is part of the layer command. So we will be using the walls layer, using cyan as our color, continuous for the line type, and point 0.4 for our line weight. Okay. These are the walls that we will be doing in this lesson. So these walls are composed of exterior and interior walls. Our drawing or output will be based in this floor plan. So for our internal walls, this wall, it has a thickness of 0.10 meters, while external walls has a thickness of 0.15. Okay, so let's open the AutoCAD and let's do this. Okay, so this is our previous drawing where we draw the roof line. And so to draw the walls, we need to make the guidelines as our current layer. Okay, so let's turn it on, the guidelines. And okay, so it is now the current layer. And from these guidelines, we will use this as our reference to draw the walls. Okay, so in this floor plan, these are the roof lines, the broken lines. And these are the walls. Okay, so these are the walls. So let's start. We will be doing the center to center distance, and to obtain the zero point 0.5 meters thickness of exterior walls, we will offset it by 0.075 from our guidelines and offset it both sides. This is for our external wall. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so type O for offset. And then we're going to input 0.075 for our offset distance. And we're going to select it, the object that we want to offset, and click on the both sides. And based from our drawing, we're going to offset this by 1.5 meters. So this guideline, we're going to offset it by 1.5, so type O. Then input 1.5 for our offset distance and offset it to the left. Wait, we're gonna click it and then click on the left side. And then because this is an external wall, we're gonna offset it again by 0.75 on both sides. Okay. And now we're gonna convert these guidelines to walls. So we're gonna select the walls, and then we're gonna also select the layer wall to convert it into wall. So you see, it's already converted into wall. Now, uh, let's convert all of the external walls of all of these guidelines that we have made into external walls by clicking this icon, the match properties, or just type MA. And then we select our source object. And then now we're gonna select all the destinations objects, or the objects that we want to match our properties. Okay, and then yan. So after we select the destination, let's go back to our floor plan. And then we have this horizontal line and we're gonna offset it by 4 meters. Okay, so let's go back to CAD. Oh, which line is this? Okay, so this line, we're gonna offset it by 4 meters. So type O, then type 4 for our offset distance, and just click up just above. No? This is just above this line. And then we are going to offset it again to make it an external wall. So offset 0.075 for our offset distance and click on both sides. Okay, so convert this again into wall. So type MA for match property. So select the and now we're gonna select the destination objects. Okay, and then now we're gonna trim all the excess lines. So before that, let's turn off the guidelines and okay, turn it off and also the roof. Okay, now we are going to trim all the objects, unnecessary objects. So in the corners, we can use the command fillet to clean this corner. So by typing F for fillet and type R to input the radius. Okay, so the radius for our fillet is 0. So type 0. And now we're gonna click on the both sides that we want to clean. So, okay, like just like that. And for the rest of the other objects, we can delete it. So trim or just trim. So type TR, then we're gonna trim all the unnecessary objects or unnecessary lines. And be careful with trimming because you might trim the necessary ones. And we're also gonna trim this. And then let's clean these corners by using the fillet command. So type F and then so our default is 0 radius. So we're just gonna proceed with our command. Okay, so now we have our external walls. So let's turn on the roof layer to check the roof. Okay, so this is our drawing. So now that we are done with the external walls, let's go to the internal walls. So from this figure, we have this we're gonna make these walls. Okay, so let's go to CAD. Let's turn on the guidelines again. Okay, so for our external wall or internal wall, we will offset it both sides by 0.05 to make the distance center to center because our thickness of wall is 0.10 meters. Okay, so type O. Oh, enter. And then we're going to input 0.05. And then we're going to offset it both sides. Okay, and from our drawing, okay, so from here we have 1.8 distance from the left line. So we will going to offset it by 1.8. So type O, then type 1.8 for our offset distance. And then, so this is for our toilet and bath, for our T and B. So since it is an internal wall, we're gonna offset it again by 0.05 on both sides. Okay. Now we're gonna convert these lines into walls. We can do the match property, so type MA, and then we convert all these lines. Be sure that you're converting the correct lines. Okay. Now let's proceed to the trimming part. But for now, let's turn off the guidelines again. Now we are going to trim all the unnecessary lines. So TR, enter, and then select all. Let's trim all these unnecessary lines. This is kind of tricky because you might trim the necessary lines. So just be careful. Oh, okay. I just thought that I trimmed the necessary lines. Okay. And then, oops. Yeah, like that. I just trimmed the necessary lines. So now we're gonna delete or erase the lines that are not necessary in our drawing. And now we're gonna trim these lines. Okay. And for this line, we can fillet or clean the corner. And let's check if we miss some lines, but I don't think so. And now we are done drawing our exterior and interior walls. So these are our exterior walls and these are our interior interior walls. But we also have to do these columns here. So we have a width of 0.3 meters and zero point 0.5 distance from our roof line. Okay, so in our CAD, let's trim the or let's turn on the roof. Okay, so from here we're gonna offset um, what's the distance again? 0.5. Offset is zero point 0.5 meters on the upper part. And let's turn on our guideline. Now we're gonna offset this by 0.15 because our dimension of column is zero point 0.3. So offset by 0.15. Oh, not that one. And also the roof. Okay. So this is our columns. Now we go to the walls. Let's make the walls as our current layer, and let's make a rectangle. Type REC for rectangle. And this is our first corner, and then the second corner, and then okay. And now we are gonna delete these guidelines that we have made earlier, and also this. So delete. Okay. Now let's turn off the guidelines again. Guidelines or the guidelines and the roof again. And let's also turn off the firewall and properties layer. Firewall and properties. Prop line or property line layer. Now we have our external and internal walls. Okay, so these are your walls. So don't forget to click save to save your file. So to save this, click this icon, the A icon, AutoCAD icon, and then click save as and rename it as floor plan 2D after walls. And then click save. Okay. And that's the end of our lesson 18. Thank you for watching and see you on our next videos.